My brother, Malak Live, the General. Hey, Shalom, ma. Hey, Tahawam Live, Shalom, ma. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Brakathan to my brothers, man. Hope all is well with y'all, man. Let me check this audio. All right, audio is audioing. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Tamayam Live. I'm blessed, honored, and privileged enough to be out here in Fairfield, California. Today's date is Thursday, July 6, 2023. And first and foremost, before anything, man, as always, I would love to turn to the east and give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. With that being said, man, Mashak Yahweh's messages, Enos, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Brakatham, to the brothers, man. With that being said, man, I would love to give a sincere and hearty acknowledgement unto the elect elders of the nation of Israel that give us that non-stop energy, right? With that being said, man, I pray this lesson is edifying, exhorting, and confident to the elect of the nation of Israel, right? The 1/3, the house of David. The sincere icons watch is stronger and stronger, fervently laboring to obtain the heart, love, and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, be it a faith and be it a works whereby they have believed. That's who the Heavenly Father's dealing with on this go-around. That's who the Heavenly Father's about to get the victory to through the blood of the Lamb. And in knowing that, that's who we as the Heavenly Father's hopeful elect and doing all things for. Right? Shem God Yasha'Allah, hey, Shalom, big bro. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Hope all is well with you, big bro. So the spirit going into today is just, hey, counting ourselves blessed to just be Israelites, man. Right? Because like when you read throughout the scriptures, bro, we've dominated, bro. We've dominated, and we've been so much more than the entertainment and the vessels of displeasure and the vessels of dishonor amongst the heathen, man. Like when you really read the scriptures, bro, that's why I understand why King David was thanking the Heavenly Father for giving him such a goodly heritage. First and foremost, let me get that. It's in the book of Psalm 16. Salakia. Psalm 16, verse, shadow thy wings, shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Beautiful camp you had last night. Let's get this from the brother Enos, quick off the drop. Jeremiah 10, verse 16. The portion of Yaquab is not like them, for he is the former of all things. Yeah, we've been so much more than just entertainment, man. Right? The niggas on the corner, the niggas with their pants down, right? The bottom of the totem pole, no. And Israel is the right of his inheritance, right? The Lord Yahweh of hosts, of armies, right? A strategy, right? It's his name, absolutely positively, man. Right? Well, here we are being a direct bloodline descendants of Yahweh Shai, King David, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Samuel, and so on and so forth, man. A goodly heritage, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, we're just gonna run down, a few of those accounts, man, that I can think of. First and foremost, Psalm 16, verse 15, verse 5. The Lord Yahweh is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot, right? You determine my future, right? You determine, you wrote my beginnings to my end, right? The lines are falling onto me in pleasant places, right? I have such a favorable lot. I've been given such a favorable portion in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's movie, right? Just for being an Israelite man alone, bro, this is a blessing. And in the times following are gonna declare those things, man. Especially for you men that are hearing these sayings of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and doing them, man. Right? Continuing on. Let's get this from the brother Malak La'ah. Exodus 19, verse 6. And you shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation, right? These are the words that thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, right? And that's our last end, man. That's our last end. It's also talked about, so there's no confusion in the book of Revelation, because that's where that out of every nation comes from. It's in the book of Revelation chapter 7, verse, or should we go to verse 8? Let me go right here. That's what out of every nation, that's where that comes from. That's talking about the nation of Israel. This is the book of Revelation, Salakia. The book of Revelation. Gotta get it from my notes, Salakia. The way the notes are set up now, you can't even pull them up as fast. Revelation, here we are. Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. And I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. Well, no, let me go to Revelation 5. Revelation 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, talking to Yahweh Shah. For thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to our power, right, the adoption, by thy blood, talking to Yahweh Shah, out of every nation, out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nation, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So that's our last end, man. Right? Starting with the elected nation of Israel, bro. Right? So yeah, we're far more than just the entertainment, man. Right? Psalm 16, verse 6. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Absolutely. And each and every one of us likewise, man. Just being Israelite men. Right? I have a goodly heritage. Absolutely, positively, man. It's undeniable, man. Especially when you read these scriptures. Part of you can't even blame Esau Edom for trying to hide it from us, man. From trying to disassociate us from it, man. Right? Spoken about in the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 3. 1 Maccabees chapter 3. Verse 48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen, namely Esau Edom, has sought to paint the likeness of their images. That's where you have iconoclasm from. White Jesus, Chinese Jesus, white baby angels, and things of that nature. Right? But when you read how dominant and how much of a driving force we were in the planet when we were not at odds with our power, hey, you couldn't even blame these people, bro. We dominated, man. We dominated on every front, bro. On every front, man. And it's a blessing to be a working component of the nation of Israel, bro. An Israelite man that believes, man. A blessing, man. These are the men that we come from. Let me get Ecclesiastes 44. Ecclesiastes 44. And let me get this from Mashak Yahweh's messages. Happy is he that have the power of Yahweh for himself, and that's only the nation of Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whose hope is in the Lord Yahweh, his power, possessive, which made heaven and earth and the sea, and all that is therein, which keepeth truth forever. Absolutely. The Heavenly Father is also referred to as the God of truth in the book of 1 Esdras, man. Right? Sirach 44, verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. Right, this is going to show us how much more our fathers were, how much more we are than just entertainment, man, and bottom of the barrel nations, man. Right, continuing on. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning, man. Yeah, the Lord that made plays. Like my brother Amon Yasha Allah said, the Lord that made plays come to pass through the hands of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are despised in this day and age, man. Right? Who are soon to reclaim, right, and repossess that glory that we had from the beginning with our big brother Yahweh Shah, man, as joint heirs, Lord willing. Right? What's going on, brother? The Lord have wrought great glories. Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning, such as did Baal ruin their kingdoms, right? Men renowned for their power. And not just talking about physical attributes, man. Talking about ruling from the man, bro. Counsel. Acknowledging the Lord Yahweh in all his ways so his steps can be guided, man. To success. On a mass scale, on a global scale. Right? Such as their Baal ruin their kingdoms, men renowned for their power. Giving counsels by their understanding. Not by being a rapper or a ball player, man. Right? And declaring prophecies, man. We come from some of the best, the best seers, man. The Heavenly Father has specifically and exclusively dealt with us, man. Continuing on. Leaders of the people by their counsels, man. And by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, wise and eloquent are their instructors. Absolutely, positively, man. Yeah, we come from winners, y'all. We come from winners. Right? And the spirit of the prophet being subject to the prophets, right? As the winners coming back into their lots, man. As winners, man. Coming back to receive that final prize, that final championship, man. And when you really read all throughout history, we've been doing this, man. We've been doing this, been defying the odds, man. The Heavenly Father's been confounding the wisdom of the wise through his servants, the prophets, through the wise of his people, man. Right? Through you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that understand and that fear him, man. Been doing it. For example, 2 Maccabees 8. 2 Maccabees 8. And actually, I'm going to start at verse 5 first and foremost. Because I'm going to go down to verse 34, but I'm going to start at verse 5 first and foremost. Now, when Maccabeus had his company about him, right, he could not be withstood by the heathens. They couldn't do nothing with us, man. When we were in line with our power, man. Right? Can see, we know. For the wrath of the Lord was returned into mercy. Simple as that. An example of the wrath of the Heavenly Father being turned unto mercy, right, is the example with Nicanor. This is a crazy story. Going down to verse 34. Continuing on. As for the most ungracious Nicanor, who had brought 1,000 merchants to buy the Jews. So what he was bringing, imagine you going to war, but you're bringing 1,000 millionaires and billionaires, right, in order to buy prisoners of war, because he had a debt to pay off. So what his plan was, I'm gonna ransack Jerusalem, make them all prisoners of war, and I'm gonna sell them to the people I came with to pay off my debt. That's how proud and presumptuous. Let me get this down. That's how proud and presumptuous this devil was, man. Right, continuing on. So, as for that most ungracious Nicanor, who had brought 1,000 merchants to buy the Jews, he was through the help of the Lord brought down by them. Absolutely, man. Through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua fighting for us, working those mighty works in us, right? He was brought to naught, man. By the Jews, he went to pursue, overtake, and eventually make prisoners of war, or an attempt to make prisoners of war. It was all brought to naught. Sure, that's not the crazy part, though. This is the crazy part. Of whom he made least account. Absolutely. He made least account of us, man. Just like this devil today, making least account of us, man. Right, continuing on. I got you. No problem at all. No problem at all. And putting off his glorious apparel and discharging his company. He came like a fugitive servant through the midlands unto Antioch, having very great dishonor, for that his host was destroyed. So they sent this devil away naked, man, fleeing the country on a country to country journey, man. Because I did the math from the Haiti province. Because remember, he flew to Antioch, right? He fled to Antioch, which is in modern day Turkey, which is the Haiti province, right? And from Turkey to like Tel Aviv, one of the major cities in Israel, right? It's almost a 500-mile walk. So here it is. This devil came with 1,000 merchants, a standing army, man, set to ransack Jerusalem, right? And got put to flight naked, man, and had to walk a 7 days journey, right, to seek asylum, man. That's the type of dominance that was wrought in our people, man. And that's a prelude to the dominance that's coming, man. Right? Let me get this verse. This is the even crazier part. Verse 36. Thus he that took upon him to make good to the Romans their tributes, right? So again, he did all this to make good to the Romans their tribute, because he owed the Romans money, right? By means of captives in Jerusalem, by means of those prisoners of war he was betting on, right? Told abroad that the Jews had the Heavenly Father to fight for them. He said, man, God was fighting for them niggas, man. Right? And therefore they could not be hurt, because they followed the laws that he gave them. This was the strength, the miracles, man, the dominance that was wrought in the nation of Israel, man. These are the people that we come from, man. They don't say that these two prophets tormented the world for nothing, man. So it makes perfect sense that they did everything in their power, spend billions and trillions, man, to discontinue us from our heritage, man. It makes Revelation 11. I'm gonna start up a little bit in that Revelation 11. Revelation 11, verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies, spiritually dead, 3 days and a half. That's going into 350 years, right? From the bulk of the slave trade until about 1969 or 1970, right? And shall not suffer their dead bodies, spiritually dead bodies, to be put in graves because we died without knowledge. We went through all that not even knowing who we were, being restored, proper reparation, things of that nature. No, they didn't. They sought to further our affliction by emancipating us, which is a transfer of power from chattel slavery to being systematically oppressed and further destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's why, man, because we're those people that have tormented the earth in righteousness, man, every time they try to come against us, man. They've been waiting on the day that we was at odds with our power, man. Spoken about in the book of Lamentations, and let me check the comment board. And let me get this from the brother Malak La'ab, Jeremiah 15, verse 21. And I will deliver Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because he mustered the host of the battle. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. Absolutely, positively, man. Each and every time we're in the correct standings with him, man. Each and every time we're seeking him, man. Right? So continuing on. Lamentations chapter 2, it made perfect sense why they did all what they did, man. They was waiting on this day. Lamentations chapter 2, verse 16. All thine enemies have opened up their mouths against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. They've been looking for this day, man. Because every other plan they had to come against us, right, and to destroy us, it folded, man. It was brought to naught. Due to the continuity we had, due to the knowledge of self we had, due to us having a certain amount of, due to us not being completely at odds with our power, man. It was always brought to naught, which always meant an automatic loss for them, man. Either whether it was sooner or later. Just like in the book of Ezra, the 4th chapter. Ezra chapter 4. Ezra chapter 4. Verse 1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, right? That's scratching on the chalkboard to them, because that means they're trying to amend their ways with the Heavenly Father, which means that they're gonna essentially be restored into their rightful place as the rulers, man, as the dominant force, and global dominance. So they wanted to hinder that plan, bro. They wanted to bring that plan to naught once they heard that we was building our temple back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you. Right, you know how they come. Right? On some civil rights, Jim Crow, brother bullshit, right? Right? And said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither, right, when the northern kingdom was essentially took out of the land, right? And he put the heathens in their place, right? So they say, yeah, we've been worshiping as you do since we was put into the land, right? But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, and this is how stiffly our people stood for each other and for themselves, man. Because like it said in the book of Jeremiah in the 9th chapter, we're not valued for the truth upon the earth no more, man. House niggas standing for nothing and falling for anything, man, can be bought, right? Back then it wasn't so, especially with the righteous men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? So continuing on, but Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build a house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, have commanded. As simple as that, man. They said, move the fuck around, man. You have no inheritance in this, man. Essentially, our defense was impenetrable due to our knowledge of self and our relation with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, which meant an automatic loss for these people, man, right? Then the people, and it shows you because you see how motherfuckers react after you tell them no. Then the people of the land weakened the hand of the people of Judah and troubled them in building, right? You won't let me join you, so now I'm gonna do everything in my power indirectly to hinder the building of the temple, man, right? and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose, and all the days of Cyrus the king of Persia, even into the reign of Darius the king of Persia, right? So no, that didn't even work, even though it did end up getting put to a halt. But after that king that put it to a halt stopped it, another king came in his stead, and we ended up being able to build the kingdom. And that kingdom did get torn down as well, right? But it wasn't due to no heathens, it was due to us feeling ourselves again, man. Us always thinking our shit mostly, us waxing proud, man. Just like it's in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 52. Our worst enemies and bringing things upon ourselves, man. Isaiah 52 verse 3. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye have sold yourselves for a naught. Man, we did this to ourselves, man. Because this is the same power, bro. With us being in the good graces of our power, man. The news of us the news of us being on the way to neighboring countries, man, made their hearts melt, bro. This is the type of respect the name of Yahshua Allah demanded out of these people once upon a time, man. And this is the respect we're going to have, and then some, in a very short order, man. Once we're back in the good graces of our power, man. Right? For example, Joshua 5. Because I said the hearts melted. The Lord didn't stop at nothing, man, to fight for the nation of Israel. Joshua chapter 5, verse 1. And it came to pass, when the other kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and the other kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord Yahweh had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel, until we were passed over, that their hearts melted. Absolutely, man. Because that means, because keep in mind, he delivered us from Egypt, right? From Egypt, and that was like the premier power. That was the premier nation. So imagine you just knocked the biggest nigga out, and now I'm on the way to you, right? I knocked the biggest nigga out in the world, and now I'm on the way to you. And now I have extraterrestrial divine intervention aiding me whithersoever I go, man. It's gonna hit different. So at the news of our coming, the hearts of these neighboring nations would melt, man, right? So yeah, until we were passed over, that the hearts melted. Neither was there spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel, man. It would hit different, bro. It would hit different, man. To the point where one time when we was putting a smack down on this one nation, bro, the Lord didn't even let the sun go down, bro. The Lord didn't even have the sun go down for a couple days, if I'm not mistaken. In that Joshua 10. Lord didn't even have the sun. These are the odds to have the lengths the Heavenly Father is willing to go through for us, man, once we're in his good graces, bro. So it's again, it counted all a blessing and a joy to even be an Israelite, man. Because we're gonna get that back and then some. This is the book of Joshua. If I'm not mistaken, Joshua 10. Joshua 10. Verse 12, then spake Joshua to the Lord Yahweh in the day when the Lord Yahweh delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said, in the sight of Israel, sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. This man Joshua literally telling the sun and the moon to hold to stand by, man, so I can keep slaughtering these niggas, man. Right? The sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. This is the type of power the Heavenly Father done wrote through Israel, man. Right? Is this not written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. So it was a whole day the sun didn't go down. And there was no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord Yahweh hearkened unto the voice of a man, for the Lord Yahweh fought for Israel, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Hey, bro. We've been a problem, man. We've been a problem, man. So they had to do this, man. They had to, bro. It was to the point where nations was willingly making themselves hewers of wood and drawers of water, just so they didn't suffer what we call it, genocide at our hands, man. Cause remember that rule that in Deuteronomy 7, right? I'm gonna just go to the text, cause that's Joshua 9 I'm referring to. Joshua 9, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. That they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua, because and with Israel with one accord. And when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done unto Jericho and to Ai. So here it is, they didn't took Egypt off the map. They didn't take Jericho off the map. They didn't took Ai off the map. Come on, bro. And now they on the way to me. Right? Yeah, they was doing the math real quick. Right? Continuing on. They did work willingly and went and made as if they had been ambassadors. They did work willingly and went and made as if they had been ambassadors and took old sacks upon their asses, right? Old sack, I'm gonna get that. The water, Enos. They did work willingly and made as if they had been ambassadors and took old sacks upon their asses and wound battles, old and rent and bound up. Why did they do that? They knew, okay, we have no chance against them. The Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is fighting for them, man. Right? We have no chance. And they're on the way to us. Right? So they said, let us go meet them before they get to us, man. And again, they was aware of the law that the Heavenly Father made for us in Deuteronomy 7. Let's get that. Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7. Starting at the top. When the Lord Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land, whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Gergesites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou, right? And when the Lord Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. So it was an extermination order on all these neighboring countries. And we was on the way to the next country, and they was aware of the extermination policy, right? And when the Lord Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. They said, damn, they're not showing no mercy. God damn, right? Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give them unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. So this was the extermination policy on the countries that they were on the countries that they. Oh, let me get this out real quick. On the countries that they were coming into contact with, right? And they were aware of this. So they said, okay, let us. Oh, okay, it's real windy, right? It's all good. It's all good. Satan got a job to do, man. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scoot back a little bit so my heel rests on the sign. All right. And let me get that precept from the brother Enos. Oh, Tina Perry, Shalom, ma'am. I apologize, I did not see you. I'm using this YouTube software, and I don't see every comment when it comes no more. Oh, Elder Sagalai, Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah. Hey, Salakia, y'all. I'm on this new software, so if I get to going, I don't really see people when they come into the chat. Salakia. So yeah, to the sister Tina Perry, Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah. And to the Elder Sagalai, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah. So let me get this from the brother Shamgar Yasha Allah, my brother. Judith chapter 5, verse 17. And while they sin not before their power, right? Because it's conditional with him. And while they sin not before, oh damn, it disappeared again. And while they sin not before their power, they prospered. Because the power, the hate of iniquity was with them. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. So we don't even gotta go too much farther into the particulars. Hey, are you doing right or are you doing wrong, man? Simple as that. So let me get to my big brother Enos, because Enos was going crazy. Oh, that's the spirit. We was getting some of the same precepts. I was just in Joshua 10. But I'm gonna get it anyways. Joshua 10, verse 22. Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave. the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass, when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings, man. Yeah, we was a real problem, man. Just to show you it get like that about Yasha Allah, man. And they know this, these neighbors, they know this, man. They know we been like that, bro. When we in good graces with our power, bro. Right? And they came there and put their feet upon the necks of them. And Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage, for thus shall the Lord Yahweh do to all. Oh, that's my beard. I got a long beard. Due to all your enemies, due to all your enemies against whom ye fight, absolutely positively. And afterward Joshua smote them and slew them and hung them on fat trees, and they were hanging upon the trees until the evening, man. Come on, man. We've been a problem, man. These are the people we come from, man. They wasn't going along to get along. There wasn't no court justice. There wasn't no entertainment, bro. Global dominance, man. Telling these niggas, hey, move around. This is Yasha Allah. This is Israel from now on, man. Right? Let me get the next one from the brother. 1 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 2. And David took the crown for the kings from off his head and found it away a talent of gold. And there were precious stones in it. And it was set upon, he didn't have to put it on his own head. And it was set upon David's head. I'm going to get some King David stuff too. The water for that, the water. And it was set upon David's head. And he brought it also exceeding much spoil out of the city. And he brought it out he brought out the people that were in it and cut them with saws and with arrows of iron and with axes. So that David with all the cities of the children of Ammon, and David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. This is the dominance, bro. We wrought within the earth, man. And it's not gonna have nothing on what we got coming, man. On what we got coming on this second go around, man. That's just a prelude to what we got coming, man. Right? So yeah. What was I in? Oh, I was in Joshua as well. So Joshua chapter 9, verse 3. And the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done to Jericho and Ai. They did work willingly and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses and wine bottles, old and rent and bound up. They did work, Salakia, and old shoes and clouded up their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of the provision was dry and moldy. They went and did this because they was aware of the extermination policy. They said, okay, let us just go be slaves, man. Right? At least we can live, man. We can live under Yasha Allah, under the princes of the power. Continuing on. Verse 6, and they went to Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him, and to the men of Israel, we be come from a far country. Now therefore make ye a league with us. And the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, peradventure you dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? And they said unto us, so again, they thought that, no, you dwell among us, man. How are we gonna make a league with you? Right? No, it's an extermination. What's going on, brother? It's an extermination policy on anything close. Right? And they said unto Joshua, we are thy servants. And Joshua said unto them, who are you, and whence come ye? And they said unto him, from a very far country thy servants are come, because of the name of the Lord Yahweh thy power. For we have heard from the fame of him, and all that he did in Egypt. That was true, right? And all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites that were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon. Yes, sir, the King James. What's going on, brother? You as well, bro. You as well. Continuing on. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake to us, saying, take victuals with you for the journey, and go meet them, and say unto them, we are your servants. Therefore now make ye a league with us. This is our bread. Look, they like, look at the bread. Look, this is some old bread. This look like it's been on a journey, right? This is our bread. We took hot for our provision out of the house on the day we came forth to go unto you. But now, behold, it is dry and it is moldy. And these wine bottles, which were filled, were new. And behold, they be rent. And these our garments and our shoes are become old by reason of the very long journey they front they move, man. These are the extents motherfuckers went through so we didn't annihilate them, man. Right, continuing on. And Joshua made peace with them and made a league with them to let them live, man. That's how we was coming. And the princes of the congregation swore unto them. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days, after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors, and that they dwelt among them. And the children of Israel journeyed and came unto their cities on the 3rd day. Now their cities were Gibeon, and Shephurah, and Bethrah, and a word. Verse 18. And the children of Israel smote them not. Right, they didn't smite them, right? Because the princes of the congregation had sworn unto them by the Lord Yahweh power of Israel, and all the congregation murmured against the princes. But all the princes said unto all the congregation, because they like, damn, bro, it was the extermination policy. You gonna get us messed up with the Lord. If you don't kill them, right? But all the princes said unto all the congregation, we have sworn unto them by the Lord Yahweh power of Israel. Now therefore we may not touch them. This is what we do to them. We will let them live, lest wrath be upon us because of the oath which we swore unto them. And the princes said unto them, let them live, but let them be hewers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation, as the princes had promised them. That's what we allowed them to live and be our slaves, man. Allowed them to be our bondmen and bondwomen, man. This is the type of dominance we wrought within the earth, man. Just like how we're rehearsing the righteous acts in the land of drawing water, we made them hewers of wood and drawers of water, man. Right? Continuing on. Verse 22, and Joshua called for them and spake unto them, saying, wherefore have you beguiled us? Why'd you trick us? Saying, we are very far from you, when ye dwell among us. Now therefore ye are cursed, and there shall none of you be free from being bondmen and hewers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my power. Right? And say, okay, we're going to let you live. We're going to let you live, but now you have to be a slave, essentially. And they answered Joshua and said, because it was certainly told to thy servants, how that the Lord Yahweh thy power commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land, and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were sore afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now behold, we are in thy hand. That's complete subjection. Yo, we're in your hands, man. We were scared. I'm in your hands, man. Right? And as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us, do. And so did he unto them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, that they slew them not. And Joshua made them that day hewers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord Yahweh, even unto this day, and the place which he should choose. Simple as that, man. Simple as that's the type of dominance we wrought in the earth, man. When people heard that we was coming, right, they said, let us just become their slaves, man. That's the type of dominance we wrought in the earth, man. But yeah, it's a glory to be Israel, man. It's a glory to be Israel, man. I was thinking about getting some King David precepts, but let me get one about Amaziah, bro. Showing you how he made sport of these niggas in our past times, man. This is the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 25. Because Amaziah, I remember Amaziah, he did right in the sight of the Lord, but he's not with a perfect heart. Right? 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 11. And Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people, and went to the valley of Salt, and smote the children of Seir, you white people. Yeah, it was like that back in the day. And it's going to be like that in a very short order. And smote the children of Seir 10,000, killed 10,000 white people. And the other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah. So it's not just Amaziah, we all had some. The homies had some with you crackers, right? Continuing on. And the other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, to the top of the mountain, and cast them down from the top of the rock, that they were all broken in pieces. So what he did was we took these captives of our people, and we cast them down from the top of the mountain, and we watched them burst asunder, man. That's what we did to these people, man. We watched them burst asunder, making sport of them. Killed 10,000. The other 10,000 we kept them for play. To throw them. Hey, you get 10. That's a 10. That's an 8. Right? Having dunk contests, throwing them off the mountain, man. This is the type of dominance we wrought within the earth, y'all, man. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna stand on you white people, man. Because going to King David, who had garrisons, essentially occupying the nation of Edom, man. In the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 8.
What book is it?
2 Samuel 8.
2 Samuel 8.
2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 14. And he put garrisons in Edom. So King David was occupying the nation of Edom, man. Which today would be the so-called white men, right? Throughout all Edom, put he garrisons. And all there of Edom became David's servants, right? So yeah, they were slaves to the nation of Israel, starting with King David. And the Lord Yahweh preserved David whithersoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people. Absolutely, positively, man. I'm going to go up to the beginning of 2 Samuel chapter 8, where he was doing population control, essentially, line by line, right? 2 Samuel chapter 8, I'm already in 2 Samuel 8, I'm going to go to the top. Verse 1, and after this came to pass that David smote the Philistines and subdued them. And David took Metheghamah out of the hand of the Philistines. And he smote Moab and measured them with a line. So he put a line of men, right? Casting them down to the ground. Even with 2 lines, measure he to put to death. So that'll be a hell of an experience. You get laid down by your line, right here, put out a measure of 2 lines, right? And whoever falls in between these 2 lines, they get put to death. So essentially, he killed 2/3 of the Moabites that he found, man. That's population control, man. This is the type of dominance that we roll within the earth, man. Right? Casting them down to the ground, even with 2 lines measured, he to put to death, and with 1 full line to keep alive. And so the Moabites became David's servants and brought gifts. Come on, man, that's how they responded. Oh, he killed him. Let's make him happy. Let's entreat him. Let's bring gifts, man. Right? And David smote Hadadezar, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah, and he went to recover his border at the river of Euphrates. So that would make me obedient too. I know that book, the book of Psalms, right? Psalms 18, where it said, as soon as I spake, they was obedient. Hell yeah. You putting the vast majority of us to death. I'm a thread of the string away from the nigga that gotta go. That's the David that did that? Yeah, as soon as he speak, whatever he say, go. This is the type of dominance we roll within the earth, man. Psalms 18. Psalms 18, verse 43. Thou hast delivered me from the striving of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The head of the heathen, a people whom I have not known shall serve me. Clearly, and it's going to happen in the times to come. As soon as they hear of me, oh yeah, David coming, Israel coming, right? As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. Absolutely. You were just running us through Psalms, under Psalms. You were just putting us down about line, and every 2 lines, they had to die, right? As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. Simple as that, man. Simple as that, right? Hey, shalom to the elder. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Right? Simple as that. Simple as that, man. And again, we wasn't just no brutes, no barbarians, no barbarics. No, man. Then we got the eloquent, the wisest man to ever walk the face of the earth coming right after King David, man, whose name was Solomon, bro. Right? Who essentially, and furthering the point, how we didn't just do war. No, we dominated the global trade, the global market, man. To the point where he elevated Israel's standard of living, to where it said that silver was accounted as the stones of the ground, man. Through the global dominance of just economy and counsel through King Solomon, man. Yeah, this is the type of time we was on, man. This is the book of I know how to look it up. 1 Kings. I know it's in 1 Kings. Yeah, 1 Kings. Chapter 10, verse 24. And all the earth sought to Solomon, because he was the guy, for sure. And this is showing you how it just wasn't just all blood, murder, kill, no. Yeah, we was out thinking you too. We was out strategizing you too, man. Yeah, we was Yasha, the princes of the power, man. right? And now the earth sought to Solomon to hear his wisdom. Yeah, that's not even fear. That's just wisdom they wanted to get from game they wanted to get from Solomon, right? Which the Heavenly Father had put in his heart. He made him wise, right? And they brought every man his presents, vessels of silver and vessels of gold, and garments and armors and spices, horses and mules, arrayed year by year, right? And Solomon gathered together chariots. What's going on? And Solomon gathered together chariots and horsemen. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen, whom he bestowed in the cities for chariots and with the king of Jerusalem. This is the point, though. This is how he elevated Jerusalem's standard of living through trade dominance, man, through economic dominance, right? And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones, man. That's how he was living, man. It wasn't all war. It wasn't all brutalizing, no. Right? Continue. I got you, brother. And the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones. And cedars, you know how cedar is? That's a highly precious and highly sought after wood. And he made cedars, made he to be as the sycamore trees that are in the vale for abundance. Simple as that, man. That's how he upgraded Jerusalem's standard of living, just through intellect. So it wasn't all war, man. It was just dominance on every aspect, man. To the point where Queen Sheba had to come up and hear at the mouth of King Solomon his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Right, let's get that into the book of 2 Chronicles. Second Chronicles chapter 9, verse 1. And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon, right, she came to prove Solomon with hard questions at Jerusalem, with a very great company, and camels that bear spices, and gold in abundance, and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. Right? So she was venting to Solomon. She was letting Solomon hear everything, know everything. And Solomon told her all her questions. And there was nothing hid from Solomon which he had told her not. Right? And when the queen of Sheba had seen the wisdom of Solomon, and the house that he had built, and the meat of his table, and the sitting of his servants, and the attendance of his ministers, and the apparel, what's going on? And he said, Jesus is king. Hey, Jake, man, Jake. And their apparel and his asset by which he went up into the house of the Lord Yahweh, there was no more spirit in her. So yeah, King Solomon took the bitch breath away, man. Through pure wisdom, knowledge, understanding of how he carried himself. So yeah, it was dominance in a war aspect, but also dominance on the intellect aspect, man. You can't do nothing with that. If I can outthink you, and then it can get physical as well. This is the dominance Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has wrought in the nation of Israel, man. So it's a blessing to be Yahshua Allah, man. Right? She was astounded by the attire and the apparel of his company, man. Probably the person that opened the door, she probably thought he was King Solomon. How much he was in his glow. Just like how Michael Jordan, you know, John Sally said, I played in a new pair of Jordans every game just because my locker was next to Jordan. They said, he next to me, he can't have no bullshit shoes on. What's going on, brother? You do the same. He said, hey, he said, I'm gonna be on camera. He gonna be next to me. He can't have no bullshit shoes on. Give him a brand new pair of mics every game. King Solomon, how much more King Solomon? He opened my door. I need him in his glory, man. Right? I need servants and handmaids for my doorman. Right? So yeah, King Solomon took the bitch breath away. Right? Continuing on. Let me get this from the brother Enos. 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 28. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of the Heavenly Father was in him to do judgment. Absolutely, positively. That's added on to the precept. So yeah, if I can't do nothing with you, I'm not the precept, but my statement. He substantiated my statement through the precepts. The water Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for you, brother. So yeah, if I can't do nothing with you, if I can't outthink you, and I can't do nothing with you when it becomes physical, yeah, bro, I have to fear you. I have to fear you from a distance as well, man. I have to be, to a certain degree, subject to you. Right? This is the dominance the Heavenly Father wrote in our fathers, man. Right, continuing on. Second Chronicles 9, verse 5. And she said to the king, it was a true report. Yeah, it was true, right? Which I heard in mine own land of thine acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit I believed not their words until I came and mine eyes had seen it. And behold, one half of the greatness of thy wisdom was not told me. For thou exceedest the fame that I heard. Happy are thy men, and happy are thy servants, which stand continually before thee and hear thy wisdom. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh thy power, which delighted in thee to set thee on his throne, to be king for the Lord Yahweh thy power, because thy power loved Israel, to establish them forever. Therefore made he thee king over them, to do judgment and justice. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, and spices of great abundance, and precious stones. Neither was there any such spice as the queen of Sheba gave Solomon. She hooked him up. She gave him the good stuff, man. Just off the game, man. So this is the type of greatness Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has wrought, man, in the nation of Israel, man. So that's why these nations fear and tremble, man. We was giving them hell, man. We was giving them hell. Revelation 11. Now we're gonna get that Revelation 11, verse 10. Revelation 11. Verse 10. Verse 10. I got you. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them. That's why they was rejoicing over us, man. We finally got these niggas, man. Right? It goes on to explain. And make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. What was those gifts? We was those gifts, man. Global slave trade, transatlantic, sub-Saharan, right? Dutch slave trade, things of that nature, right? And shall send gifts one to another. Because these two prophets, the northern and the southern, I didn't even get on the northern kingdom. Hey, bro, he's wrought amazing works to the northern kingdom. Because these two prophets, the northern and the southern kingdom, tormented them that dwell on the earth. Damn, you got the girl, right? I can't beat him physically. I can't outthink him. What can I do? So yeah, we was giving them hell, man. So that's why they rejoiced over us, man. There was nothing we could do when we was in the good graces of our power, bro. Nothing they could do when we was in the good graces of our power, right? And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Heavenly Father entered into them, right? 350 years, right? Starting with the truth being brought, you know, to more than likely to the One West camp in the early 1970s, 1969, 1970, right? Continuing on. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Why great fear? Because they know that energy. Inwardly, they understand the dominance we wrought within the earth, being in the good graces of our power, man. They fear that. They dread that, man. Right, this is the book of St. James, chapter 2. They know Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is real. St. James, chapter 2, verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils, right? The devils, these so-called white people, also believe and tremble, right? They understand. They know when they're writing on the wall, man. They know when they're writing on the wall. And the even worse thing about it, that was just a prelude to the dominance that's going to be wrought in us when we're changed incorruptible, man. When this enemy is forced to come down with great right. It's just a prelude, man. It's because pursuant to Haggai, the second chapter, Haggai chapter 2, verse 9. The glory of this latter house, right? This latter house, when the tabernacle of David is re-erected, right? The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. Greater than of the former, man. It's going to be better. It was a prelude. Solomon's kingdom was a prelude to the kingdom of heaven, man. And the fullness of its sufficiency. Right? Continuing on. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, man. It's gonna hit different, man, when we're restored. We're gonna have to show people. We're gonna have to show people how far the Heavenly Father abased us, man, and humbled us. We're gonna have to prove to them that we was once upon a time yet this day in our captivity. Because the Heavenly Father said when He restores us, we're gonna be as if we was never cast off, man. That's the type of dominance that's gonna be wrought in us. What's going on, sir? This is the book of Zechariah. Zechariah 10, verse 6. I will strengthen the house of Judah, the southern kingdom, And I will save the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, and I will bring them again to place them, Israel, for I will have mercy upon them. Second Exodus. And they shall be as though I had not cast them off. It's going to be like we never even went through. We're going to have to show people the way we get put back in our glow. There's no way them crackers had y'all like that. Right? They're going to be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Lord Yahweh with that power and will heal them. And that's starting with the first fruits. Pursuing to Zechariah chapter 13, no, Zechariah, 13 verse 9. We're talking about the first, the 1/3 I will bring through the fire. Right? And I will refine them as silver is refined. Right? And he said, they shall call upon me and say, the Lord Yahweh is my God, and I will hear them. Yeah, I will hear them. Starting with the 1/3, man. Starting with the 1/3, because his ears and his eyes are always towards the righteous. And the beautiful thing about this, man, is just happening in front of everybody, before everybody's eyes, man. The beautiful thing about this is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is preparing that table for us in the sight of our enemies, man, and all those that hate us, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is the book of Psalms 50. Let me get this one. Psalms 50, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Yeah, devil, so-called white man. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Right, because the Heavenly Father is allowing his iniquities to mount up to the heavens. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So yeah, it's happening before the eyes of everybody, man. Let me get this from the big brother Enos. Zechariah 12, verse 8. And that day, shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them, you might have a smaller frame brother. You might have a smaller frame brother, a skinnier brother. He that a brother that might have certain infirmities. He that is feeble among you, right? And that day shall be as David, the strongest warrior to ever grace the face of the earth, man. And the house of David shall be as the Heavenly Father, right? As the angel of the Lord Yahweh before them. It's going to get like that, man. When the tabernacle of David is essentially put back in order, man, set back in order. And it's essentially going to be with the sole purpose of enslaving and afflicting and recompensing all those that troubled us, man. I'm going to prove it. Amos chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which says the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. That's the cleansing. That's still us being set in order. That's still the order being established. I'm going to cleanse the transgressors. I'm going to purge the rebellious. Right? So at that point, the iniquity of Jerusalem shall be sought for and not found. Pursuant to Jeremiah 50, verse 20. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord Yahweh, the iniquity, the sin upon sin, the evil of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, because he didn't kill all those that have not came forth as gold. Right? Shall be sought for, and there shall be none. And all the sins of Judah, they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. We're going to be blameless in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So we're going to have every right to put the it's going to be like that. So we're going to have every right and be fully justified in consuming and troubling those that troubled us, man. Back to Amos 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Right? The northern and the southern kingdom. The elect from the northern and the southern kingdom. Right? The 1/3, at least in America, and 144,000 globally. Right? And close up the breaches thereof. It's not going to be no enmity between the northern and the southern kingdom. Right? It's going to be the Holy Royal United Nation of Israel. Something crazy like that, right? I got your light. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may, so it's with the intent, I'm going to do this so you can, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, the so-called white men. They're going to be our possessions. And it says the remnant, so those of them that remain, and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, saith the Most High, that doeth this. So it's the Heavenly Father doing this, man. Yeah, it's the Heavenly Father that's doing this. And he's going to put, it's not going to be just us getting some licks in. The Heavenly Father's going to put his fury on us, man, to put on you so-called white people, man. Pursuant to Ezekiel 25. Ezekiel 25, verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom, so-called white man, by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Absolutely, positively, man. Right, but ultimately it's going to be everybody, every nation outside of the nation of Israel being subject to us, man. Yeah, we're going to need billions of slaves to revive the earth, man, and to build the kingdom of heaven, man. Free of charge, man. We helped y'all build up y'all kingdoms. Right, this is the book of Obadiah 1 verse 15. Obadiah verse 15. Obadiah verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done to thee. Thy reward shall be upon thine own head. Absolutely positively. So yeah, y'all can laugh now. I don't advise it. Y'all can laugh now. Y'all can have y'all cake and eat it too now. But guess what? We're soon to be revived. We're soon to have our way. And when the ball's in our court, man, right, we're going to ball forever. The innumerable days of Israel will begin, bro. Right, this is the book of Micah chapter 7. Verse 8, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord Yahweh shall be a light unto me. Simple as that, man. Yeah, we're gonna bounce back. We're gonna be restored, man. Because he will yet choose, he will yet choose Jerusalem, man. Simple as that, man. And it's not gonna be much to get used to either, bro. That's when we're gonna be singing aloud upon our beds, man. We don't gotta go to work, and now we get to execute the vengeance written upon these heathens, man. Psalms 149. Verse 5, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of the Heavenly Father be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. He that leadeth shall go into captivity, right? The king shall be their nurse and mother, king shall be their nurse and father, and the queen shall be their nurse and mother, right? This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. Simple as that, man. Simple as that, man. So with that being said, I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting unto the elect of the nation of Israel. It's a blessing, it's an honor, it's a glory, it's a privilege to be Yasha Allah. All praise, honor, infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, Shalom, Akim.